All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call today. And we are talking about open houses. And yes, this call is being recorded. And I will show you where you can get the recording. We can get them on our YouTube channel. We have a playlist called Webinars. I think it's called Recorded Webinars or Current Webinars. And in our school classroom here, I'm going to put the link in here. So click that link that I just dropped in. And if you are not yet a member, it's a free platform. And we just use it so that we can organize some of the trainings where support isn't really a good place to put it. The Facebook mastermind group is a little bit disorganized. So we use our school platform so that we can organize things a little bit better and have a little bit of a community in there. And when you get into the school classroom, click where it says classroom along the top. Make sure you're the Listings to Leads lab. Click classroom. And then right next to our expired classroom, we got open house, marketing, and mastery. And so I want to make sure that you are all there. So if you're not yet in here, go ahead and click to join. And if there's anybody here that's not yet a member, I will add you. And before we get started, I'm going to talk about how to turn open houses into listings, into more buyers. It's really one of the best things that you can do to get more listings and more buyers because you're face to face with people. All right. It's going to put you in a position where you can meet the neighbors. If you do with what we talk about, you got people coming in, and we're going to talk about how to set up the open house so that it actually is like a catcher's mitt to engage buyers and homeowners, and also people who are potentially thinking about selling. So many great opportunities. And Gina, that's fine. You know what? It's always good to prepare for an open house, even if it might be in a couple of weeks, because here's the deal. It's Tuesday and you want a full week. And so if you don't have an open house figured out yet for this coming weekend, start thinking this week about the next week. All right. Because some of the things I'm going to share with you today, you may have never thought about before. And in fact, I got something new I'm going to share with all of you. It's going to help your ads. It's going to help your open houses as well. But all you got to do is just work your way down, and you'll see here a few comments from a few agents recently. We've got our entire presentation here on open houses. This will actually take you. This is the current system. And then for those of you that have signed up in the last 3 to 4 weeks, you're on our new platform, very similar to the current one, but we're going to be moving everybody to the new system here in the next few weeks. And so either link, click, and it's going to take you right to this presentation. All right, Open House Mastery, the presentation. There's a PDF guide that goes along with it. There's a checklist that goes along with it as well. And if you click on the button for the presentation, you're going to want to go. Now, we're going to cover a lot of this today just in the normal call. But I want you to get in here. I want you to get comfortable, familiar with this, because this is absolute gold. We've been doing this for over 10 years, 15 years, and I'm always taking the best of the best, making sure that we put it in here. We put it in our training so that when you're doing an open house, you're not wasting 3 hours, right? That you're actually doing something that is going to create business. To the person that asked about our live and recorded calls, so right here, live and recorded calls. And join us via the YouTube open house playlist. So if you click here, this will take you to a recent webinar. And so we put all the open house stuff right there in that playlist. And next you're going to see there's 3 sections: pre-open house marketing, what you do at the open house, and then post open house lead gen. So Gene, if you just had an open house last weekend, And for any of you, check this out because this is phenomenal how we can use that open house and what happened at the open house to engage our audience on social media, our database, in the farm. So many great ways. Because if you think about what do they always say about follow up? And what do they always say about marketing and advertising? You never want to do a one off, right? You never want to do a one off mailing and never mail to that area again. You don't just do an ad and think, oh, great, my business is blowing up because I did an ad. We want to constantly and consistently be in front of these people. And so if you had an open house, you may have done some pre-marketing, but now do some post-marketing, stay in front of those people. And it's a phenomenal way to bring in more buyers, but also more listings. All right. So the post-open house is absolutely phenomenal. Today, we're going to spend most of our time talking about pre and at. But again, all the links, everything, you just click on it. It'll give you all the information that you need. But we are going to go to pre-open house. And notice I've got all the days broken out: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because again, I want to set it up to get the most listings and the most buyers possible. And first up, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more detail today than normal, pick the right property. So if it's not your listing, so somebody said, I believe that they've got a listing that they are borrowing. So it's not their listing, their hope. So Amy, so this is for you. Now, if you've already got one for this weekend, obviously this will not be something you can implement because you're already committed. But for any of you going forward, one of the first things to consider is the price point. We want to make sure that we're doing an open house in a great price point. I don't want to be too high. I don't want to be too low. In fact, I did another post this morning talking about that in more detail, which I'm going to show you. Make sure you've got an open house in a good neighborhood. And by good neighborhood, what I mean by that is it's in a neighborhood that you can door knock, hopefully, because we got the nearby homeowner letter that we're going to talk about, where if it's your listing, you got the yard sign dialed in, and so you got good traffic going around in with the yard sign and all of that, right? I don't want it too far out, right? Being in a condo building with security or maybe a gated community with a guard where it's not easy for people to get into and find the place, those can be things that can really bring down the traffic and the opportunity that we get. Location is important. A house with at least decent curb appeal and interior. So sometimes you might find an open house, the yard looks dingy. I've seen people do open houses on empty homes. And that can be a challenge because people just walk in, they look around and what's going on, and they just leave. So if we're going to do an open house, we want to take into consideration all of those different things so that we can get the most opportunity with both buyers and potential sellers. Does that make sense? So picking the right listing, like anything else in life, right? You got to pick the right ingredients for a good dinner. You got to do the right exercises for a good workout. And for an open house, it starts with the property. Now, once you got the property, we're going to talk about doing the Facebook. No, we're going to talk about all of it. But Monday, and if you haven't done this, we can do this today. So we're going to do a Facebook ad, the seller sphere of influence for the listing agents. I'm going to talk about Instagram stories, reels, TikToks, YouTube shorts. And we're going to do 5 of those for each day of the week. And then we're going to talk about the yard sign. So that's for Monday. And if you haven't done this yet, we'll do Monday and Tuesday today so that we're caught up and that we make sure that, again, our open house is generating both listings and buyers. All right. So Facebook ad. Now I'm not going to click on all these links because I'm going to actually get in there or we're going to actually do it. But those links are for you to refer to so that you can actually see me actually doing it or get more information about it in our Facebook mastermind group. So here, listingleads.com, go ahead and log into your account. And I'm going to click past that, go to listings. If you need help getting the listing into your account, let our support team know. And in fact, I've got to add the open house. So we're going to do that together. So 15 Ambient Way. There's an open house icon way over here to the far right, or I can click edit and then open house right there. And I'll just add the open house. So I'm going to say Sunday or whatever the 26th is from, I'm going to say 2 to 4, 2 to 5 p.m. I can add another one if I want to, but just do one. I'm going to click save. And now that's going to flip all the tools from either coming soon, just listed, active to open house. So the ad, the e-flyers, the nearby homeowner letter, all of those items are now going to be dialed in for the open house. Now, one more thing I'm going to do, and I highly recommend this for everybody. And I hate when that happens. Sorry about that. Let's do that again. 15 Ambient Way. So click edit, just like we did before, right? We just got done doing the open house. And photos. Make sure you drag and drop the photos so that you get the best 4 or 5 in the front. So you may have 30, 40, 50 photos. And if you're going to make everybody wait till the 30th photo to see the backyard, which is something a lot of people like to see, it's just not a good experience. And doing this right here will make the ads better, the e-flyers better, everything look a lot better. So just drag and drop the photos. And again, if you're on the new platform, this is going to look just a little bit different, but overall it's pretty much very similar. I just want to address the fact that some of you may be looking at something that looks just a little bit different, but more or less it's the same. So once you got that done, go ahead and click save and then regenerate the GIF. And let's go back and click. I'm going to click on listings just so we can start fresh. And I'll click the green market listing button and we're going to get at it. So and I can see I got the little icon for open house. Click market listing. You'll be in the overview. We got a great step-by-step guide right there that walks through everything we're doing right now. But I'm going to go Facebook and Instagram ads. And all we have to do, confirm the location, especially for an open house. You wouldn't do an open house in other areas. Leave radius is 15 miles. Lifetime budget. Now, you've got to change that. You want to do at least $10 a day, $5 a day. So we default to $35 for a week, but you really want to be at minimum of $10 a day. So I'm going to change that to 70. Now, this ad will actually end after the open house, but I'm just going to change the ending date to the day of the open house. I'm just going to say 4:30. So 4:30ish, everything looks good. I can change the template. I can change the images. I can change the text, but create ad. Now there's something very important I want to share with you. So check this out. When people click that ad, there are 3 questions by default that are going to show up. And it's very important that you address those ads or address those questions and what the people respond. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to bring up a previous ad that I did, and I'm actually going to show you an example. I'm going to go to show ad. So this is very important for follow-up. And I just did a post in the mastermind group talking about this. So if I scroll down here, so this is the ad. I did this a day or so ago, I think. Now check out these 3 questions. What is your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? Time frame to buy is phenomenal. Do you have a home to sell is great. And what would be most helpful right now? This one in particular, you want to pay attention to all of them, of course. But here, people are going to respond either homes in my price range, estimated monthly payments for this home, first-time buyer down payment help, best areas or neighborhoods, new listings, and price drops. This is absolutely phenomenal because whatever it is that they put here, is how you want to make sure that you address in your follow-up. So of course, here in this case, I'm going to say, for example, they want to buy in 3 to 6 months. They do have a home to sell, and they said best areas or neighborhoods. So now in my follow-up, I'm going to address all of these points, and it makes my follow-up a lot more value add because they're sharing with me what it is that they want more information about. Does that make sense for everybody? And in fact, in the Facebook mastermind group, you're going to see I just did a post. So make sure you come check this out a little bit later, right? How to pick the right listings to market for the most leads and how the right Facebook lead form questions help you convert more leads into details. I just did a full phenomenal post. I think it's phenomenal. I did it. So check this out later because this is so powerful. We don't want to, you don't want to run an ad to spend money. You want to run an ad to generate leads, and you want to generate leads that you can engage. And so by using these questions, making sure you got the right listing, it's going to help you not only generate more leads, but generate leads that you engage with. Does that make sense? So take a look at that post a little bit later. It's right there in the mastermind group. And so that's going to submit our ad to Facebook. That'll be live in anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on what's going on with Facebook. And again, name, email, phone number, the answers to those 3 questions, and the leads you'll get an email notification. It will let you know all of the responses that the lead gave. So make sure when you follow up, you know what they put so that you can call them up and have a better conversation. Make sure your leads are getting to your CRM if you've got that connected via your profile. So whether it's Bold Trail or Follow Up Boss or Boomtown, whatever your website is, make sure to get those leads there if that's what you're doing. We do have email follow-up and AI text follow-up. If your CRM does not offer AI text follow-up, I highly recommend this. This is phenomenal because it will engage with the leads immediately, and then it will update you every time the lead responds. You can always turn the conversation off. It still does not take away your responsibility to be following up with these leads. Make sense? So that's our ad. Next up is a social media post. And here's the post. Now I'm going to change the image template where it says edit image. And I like that sideways. And more people actually, turn off auto posting because they like to come in here and customize that text for for an open house, for example. You might be doing catering, you might have something else going on, whatever it is. But regardless, we can't auto post it. We do post, whether it's auto or you click where it says post now or schedule, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. So you want to make sure that you get it up on all 5 websites, especially Google. Google is phenomenal. You can use the landing page, the single property website, or the virtual tour. And some people love that landing page. If you use the landing page, people have to click through and give you their information, which is great. If you use the single property website, that will be this right here. You can see I've got a video, I've got a 3D tour, professional photos, an area video. So the single property websites from listings to leads are gorgeous. They're amazing. All your client reviews, all in one beautiful package. Look at that. Home value, then get updated to home value estimate, PDF guides, all your schools, print brochures, your other listings. So same as the ad's going to take people to that property website, the social media posts, whether it's from Google, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Facebook, are all going to flow through either the landing page first and then the property website, or the property website directly. So make sure we get that done. Next up for you listing agents, I'm telling you, I had a call with a client last week, 8 listings, She's never been using this tool. And I was like, oh my gosh, Kat, you've got to start using this right here because you got great sellers. They love her. And this allows you to take advantage of the marketing within Listings to Leads, but also their Facebook profile, their email list. This is I'm telling you, this gets listings, this gets buyers. We got people that this is one of their favorite tools, but yet for a lot of other people, they don't use it at all. So please, if it's your listing, now this is only for listing agents. So if you're borrowing the listing, you can't use this, but you got so many other great ways that you're going to be generating leads. So send a seller, right? And there's the seller's information. If it's not there, just go ahead and add it, right? Their email, the salutation, click send. And while we're here, just do the same thing for the e-flyer. All right, I'm telling you, top teams use this, top agents use it. One of our clients, he said, and I get it, right? Just click send. He said, at first he goes, I was a little bit hesitant and reticent, both work actually, because he thought it was weird to send this to the seller. And then he actually had a seller ask him, do you have something I can post to my Facebook page? And he was like, oh, wow, Listings to Leads has something. This guy is like one of the top agents in the DC area. And so he sent this to the agent or the seller. The seller absolutely loved it. And he actually got a listing from it from the first time he used it. Got a listing, got buyers from it, because when it gets to the seller takes it, they drop it on their Facebook page, and now they are promoting you to everybody they know via their social media. And check this out. I mean, look at this. We're having an open house on Sunday. Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads. So your name, your brokerage is doing a lot of great marketing, expects a great turnout, right? We're just letting people know about it. And when they click it, they go to our property website. But you're going to find people are going to like it. They're going to comment on this. And so what you want to do is, here's what's going to happen. Here's the e-flyer. Look at that. The e-flyer is gorgeous. So what you want to do is, or what will happen is, when you send it to the seller, you are going to be CC'd. And what you want to do is, when you get your copy of this, call the seller up and you say something like, hey, Gina, Scott here. Hey, we got the open house coming up this weekend. We expect a great turnout. We got a Facebook ad submitted. That should be live soon. We got some other social media stuff done. We have a lot of great things that we're going to do to make sure we get the most people there as possible. I sent you a couple of things. One, something to share on your Facebook page. And then the other is an e-flyer that you can share via email. And I do this because you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the area. And we don't want to leave any stones unturned in this market. Your seller is going to think you're a marketing genius. They're going to think it looks phenomenal. And so they're going to put it up on their Facebook page. They're going to share it via email. And what I recommend that you do is like the post when they put it up on Facebook, if you're connected to the seller, and leave a quick little comment like, looks great. That's all you got to do. Just type in as a comment underneath the post, looks great. That way, every time somebody else leaves a comment, you're going to be notified. And some of those comments are going to be appropriate for you to comment on. So it's very common for the seller's friends to start engaging. I would like all of their comments, and where appropriate, I would leave a comment back, because this is how we can start engaging the seller's sphere of influence during the course of our marketing. So please get this out there. This is so phenomenal. Not enough people really understand it or get it, but I hope that you do. Okay. I hope that you do. So I'm going to skip back over to the school classroom. So we did the ad. We just got done doing the stuff for the seller. And next up are Instagram stories, reels for the home. Now, you can do however you want to with this, but I've got it laid out to where you can do I got 5 different versions of this for every day of the week. If you click these links, you can see examples and more information. So if I were to see example, and so here, so Monday front of the house. And check this out. I've got a link to the property website right from my Instagram story. So when I'm on my phone on Instagram, I see your story come along, I see an image or a quick little video, and boom, I get right to your property website. And then check this out, looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. So we got a little poll that people can engage with. Tuesday, we're going to do the kitchen. And again, this could be a little video clip, and you'll see an example of that in a minute. But I've got another link to a landing page, and this is all free. A lot of people like to do free marketing. This is absolutely free. And I got another poll. Is this kitchen your vibe? Here I got a little video clip. All right. And I'm linking back to the property website with another poll. That's Wednesday. Thursday, I've got the interior of the property, the little video clip. It's only like a 10-second video. And then look at that. I got another link to a different PDF guide. And I've got training on how to do this. If you don't know how to do it, there's another poll. And then the backyard area. All right. Day 5, the backyard. Link into the open house and single property website. So in the school classroom, how to add links and polls. So there's a little video clip on how to do that. And the 5-day story campaign with the links and the polls suggestions. And if you scroll down here, you're going to see 5 stories in 5 days. And I just walk you through. I show you where the link is in Listings to Leads to grab it. And I even give you the poll. Oh, that was story 2. Here we go. Story 1, front of the house. Here's a poll idea for you. All right, Tuesday, we're going to do the kitchen, story number 2, right? And I show you the link and the poll idea. And so just all the way through for 5 days. And if your home is a little bit different, you want to feature something else, go for it. But now you've got at least 5 stories. And then I would also do as a story on Instagram. That way it goes over to Facebook automatically. I would put them on TikTok. I would put them as a reel. I would upload them to YouTube Shorts as well. So I would do all of that. And again, how to add links and polls. So you can click right there. So if you don't know how to do this, that video right there will show you how to do it. All right. And then the 5th thing for Monday is the yard sign. We want to get that yard sign dialed in ASAP. The thing that you can do today, again, this is for all you listing agents, go to your association and pick this up. All right. So pick up the open house rider, put it up on top of the yard sign. The other thing you can do today, and if I click on this link right here, so you see it says open house, and I'm going to show you this in a second, but go get a flyer box. I know that sounds funny. Get a flyer box, the acrylic flyer box, again, from your association. And for those of you that think this is corny, it's not. Okay, it's not. You see right here down here, it says listing flyers right below the sign-in form for the open house. So listing flyers, and put flyers in that flyer box on the yard sign. Okay, this is a phenomenal way. That way all the neighbors walking by, some of the more serious buyers that maybe they saw the ad and now they're going to drive by the property. But it's really the neighbors that are just absolute gold right here, because when they see it says open house and they see flyers in the box, they're going to pick up a flyer. And then now the flyer, and you're going to use these at the open house as well. 27 or 30 different templates to select from. And if you ordered the images in the right order, like I talked about before, it's going to look beautiful. QR code, text code, the domain, right? If you need to sub before you buy. So many great ways to generate leads from that listing flyer. So you can do all that today. All of that you can do today. Now, there's one more thing you're going to want to do, and that is sign riders. So check this out. So you want this on your yard sign. Now, these can take a week or two, like a couple of weeks usually to get to you. So if you order it today, it's going to be 10 to 12 days before you get it. You will not have it for this open house, but you should still order it. And you still want to make sure that you get it on your yard sign all the way from the time it first lists through the time the sign comes down, that yard sign comes down. Why? Because nobody calls your 10-digit phone number. Nobody calls that. People will send a text to here. All right. People will text or scan that QR code. And if you want to order these, you can either do it locally, and you can change the color. All right. We got different templates here again, like the flyers, but the color is completely editable. It should be your brand colors. And so just click download and ask your broker, do you have a local place that can do it quicker? So that's the file. And if you don't have a source for this, right here, Dirt Cheap Signs. If you click where it says Dirt Cheap Signs, just click and it doesn't matter which one because you're going to upload the one that you want. And what I do is I just click delete, and then there's upload file right there, upload file. I have legal right, browse for a file, and the download right there. I'm going to upload it. Next. And full color. Next. I'm going to hit stretch. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. What I do and what I would recommend is get it on there the way you want it. And then I hit up their chat on mine. So I hit up their chat and I said, can you do this full bleed? So I'm making an order for a yard sign. Can you do this full bleed? And what that means is the color goes all the way to the edge with no white space. And then make sure you got the right product size. All right. I don't know, whatever your yard sign is. And save and check out. Yes, I approve. And then here I did double-sided. I did aluminum. The one I've got right here was aluminum. And I said yes to grommets. Add to cart. The only bad thing is if you just order one, it's $24, which is fine, but it's $20 for shipping. So it's 40, 45 bucks. The cool thing though is this extension right here, that extension, that's transferable from one listing to the next. So this yard sign will last me for at least a year, right? If not a couple of years if I take care of it. So this is a great investment that I highly recommend. If you use Dirt Cheap Signs, great. If you got someone local, phenomenal. I don't really care. But you want those yard signs are can be an absolute gold mine for getting seller leads and getting buyer leads if you've got it set up correctly. So get the open house on the top of it, get your flyer box on it, and then get the rider. All right. Get that rider like I just showed you. It's not, again, I know it's 40 bucks. Who wants to spend 40 bucks? But I'm telling you, it's an investment that I would for sure make. Okay. So that's Monday. Tuesday, we are going to hit our database. So I walked through social media. So we got that one done, which is awesome. But we're going to do the e-flyer and we're going to call through our database. Too many of you are not calling through your database. And I want you to be thinking of when we call through our database like this. Again, we all know it takes a number of contacts for people to engage with us. Very rarely do we call somebody up once, they pick up the phone, and they tell us they want to list or buy with us. It just doesn't happen, right? We got to catch them at the right time in their life. They got to be comfortable with us and have a familiarity with us. And so I want you to be thinking about the fact that when we call through our database, just like when you circle prospect, just like when you're calling back leads, you are just putting a deposit in, right, of trust, of familiarity, and you need to build that up. Everyone's going to be different. Sometimes people, right, they pick up the phone and they're into it, right? Let's go. But other times you got to call someone, you have to call them 4 to 5 times before they ever feel like picking up to you. Make sense? So as you're calling people, I don't want you to be thinking about the fact that, oh my God, I called 10 people and nobody picked up. And so what a waste of time. No, look at it like you're just planting seeds. You're making little deposits for future business. All right. And I would always leave a voicemail, always leave a voicemail. I know some people say don't leave a voicemail. I say leave a voicemail. So the e-flyer for your database right here, e-flyer for your database and database call script. You can send this e-flyer from your CRM. This e-flyer is gorgeous and it's awesome. Check this out. So many people send the worst e-flyers, I tell you. You click the address in their e-flyer and it goes to Google Maps. I swear it's the funniest thing. So many people lose so much traffic to Google Maps. It's just absolutely crazy. Ours are set up. You don't have to do anything. They're just that, boom, look at that. It's got the text code in there. They click anywhere in here. It goes right to the property website. And then the best thing on the bottom, they can get a home value. They can click right there and get a updated home value estimate. And at the bottom, click for my reviews. Now yours will have a different, I customize mine. But if you got your client reviews coming in from Google, from Zillow, from Testimonial Tree, it's going to drop all your reviews right here. And they can download your 100-point home marketing plan. And they can download different buyer and seller guides. So this e-flyer, it's not just an e-flyer for your open house. It's an e-flyer promoting the open house and your business. So to send it from listings to leads, just select whatever, and again, fully editable. I can edit the text, right? Whatever I want. Select the group you want to send it to and send it. And you can send a test email, which I always recommend. Send yourself a test email so you can see what it looks like. And then if I want to send this from my own CRM, all you have to do is just copy and paste and just go to your CRM. So I'll show you, like if I go to follow-ups and listings to leads. So this could be Follow Up Boss. This could be Go High Level, Bold Trail. And again, edit it if you want to, edit that text if you want to, but take advantage of the structure that we have put in for you. Look at that. Look how easy that is. Looks gorgeous. So just copy and paste it. Everything should be perfect. And I'm going to use the first name tag for my own CRM. So I'll delete the one that was from listings to leads and boom, let's get that out the door. Again, we're putting a deposit for trust and familiarity. All right. It doesn't happen, all right, overnight. So I want to make sure, hey, I'm sending great stuff that people can actually just engage with, not just click and go to Google Maps. Oh, dear, dear. All right. Then we got the database call script. There's two versions of it. One where you send out the e-flyer, one where you don't. Hopefully you sent out the e-flyer. And then from here, you're going to see there's 3 ways it ends. Do they own a home in the farm area? Do they own a home not in the farm area? Or are they a buyer lead? So I'll just walk through the one where they own a home, but not in the farm area. So you can get a feel for this. So, right. So I send out the e-flyer and then I try to call 5 to 10 people. If you're one of our clients, Leo, he's now doing a listing a week, and he's going to be trending over that here real soon. He uses our expired marketing, the listing presentation, right? The listing presentation that you all got in your listings to leads account. He does 80 of those a month, 40 expireds, 40 of the seller listing presentations. He just gets them to leads, to people in his database, to people in the farm area. He hands them out to people, and he's getting over a listing a week now. He makes 200 calls a week. He's calling 200 people a week between his database, circle prospecting, and leads and database are the same. So database meaning a little bit older leads meaning newer, and then circle prospecting. He's doing 200 calls a week. So you can do at least 5 to 10 calls from your database. So I'm going to ring. Hey, Gina, Scott here, XYZ Realty, calling everybody to let you know about an open house we're having in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. I sent an email to everybody, and I just want to call to make sure you got it. If you didn't, let me know and I can resend it to you. And right, again, assuming they own a home, not in the farm. And this is leaving a voicemail as well. Again, I want them, even if they don't listen to it, I want them to hear my voice. And over time, I'm just going to get more and more people listening to it. Maybe later they actually pick up the phone. All right. And they respond back. So here, check this out. I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. I know you're not thinking to sell right now, but I would love to do a report for you so that you can keep tabs on how your home is doing with its equity. It's also great for me because it lets me know it's keeping on in the market. So if you're interested, I'm going to send it over to gina@gmail.com. Just let them know you're going to send it. I would just let them know, hey, I'm going to send it over to you. That way, if they want to call back and change the email, if they want to call back and tell me don't bother, that's fine. But I'm going to get some people that go, oh, great. That's awesome. Now I know he's having, and this is even if it's not your listing, obviously, you're still going to do this if it's not your listing. I didn't make that clear, but hopefully everybody picked up on that. So if it's your listing, great. And if it's not your listing, even better. So we're going to send out the e-flyer and then we're going to start making some phone calls. And then we're going to start getting some stuff out to people because now they're going to be thinking, wow, Scott's pretty successful, right? That he's doing open houses. Again, even if it's not my listing, they don't know. I'm not telling them, oh, by the way, it's not my listing. So they're going to assume, oh, Scott must be pretty successful. He's got a listing he's holding open this weekend. And right. And then they hear from me. And then if they're a homeowner, now if they own a home in the area, there's what you say. And if they're a buyer lead, there's what you say. But now I am engaging with more people in my database. All right. And then for Tuesday, we're going to do the short form video again, right? Instagram. And these could be images or they could be little videos. All right. For the living room. And again, I've got the see examples link right there, like we saw before, the how to link, like we saw before, and the overall outline, like we saw previously. So that's Tuesday. Easy. And that's why I like to break this down because I don't want to have to do everything in one day. And I try to break things down to where the things that should be done first are on Monday, and then it just works all the way through Friday. So I have them in this order very consciously. So there's a method and a madness, there's a rhyme and there's a reason as to why things are on the day they are throughout the week. Okay. Again, it's because some things need a longer lead time, like the ad, like the yard sign. And also because it's just not easy to do all of it at once. Okay. Wednesday, we're going to go out to the neighborhood and we're going to use the nearby homeowner letter. And for YouTube, they're usually videos to little walkthroughs. The Facebook links will usually go to a post in the mastermind group where, and if you got a question, comment down here, just comment on one of these posts. But these posts are great for more information, right? And so the nearby homeowner letter, let's go take a look at that. Nearby homeowner letter. I'm going to download it and then we'll talk through it real quickly. Again, even if it's not your listing, you're going to want to do this. So this letter, right, at the open house, we want as many neighbors as possible. So that's when I talked about picking the right property. I would like to pick the property that has a neighborhood that I can walk through, right? Sometimes there are these neighborhoods that don't allow you to door knock. Maybe it's gated, there's a weird HOA or something like that. Everything being equal, I'd rather not do that because if I can't get these letters out, that really limits the number of listings I can potentially get from that open house. So when I'm picking my listing to hold open, that's one of the things I think about is, can I door knock this area? And again, I got older people, younger people, women, men, every sort of person you can imagine door knocking. and they're door knocking successfully with this. And again, because we got an open house coming up. So I'm just knocking on your door to let you know and to invite you to the open house that we're having on Sunday from 1 to 5 or 2 to 5 p.m. That's it. And then it's gonna take a life of its own from that point. They're gonna say something like, "Oh, how much is it listed for?" Or, "Oh, I know who those people are." Or, "Oh, when did that come on the market?" Or, "How's the market doing?" All right. So if they answer, you hand it to them. "Hi, my name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty." In fact, I would start off with, "Hi, we're having an open house this weekend at 15 Ambient Way around the corner from 2 to 5 p.m. Just really wanted to make sure to let you know about that and invite you over there. My name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty." Right? Hand it to them. They're going to say something and then have a conversation. Have a conversation. One of the things I tell people to do is print your 100-point home marketing plan and take it with you. Take it with you. And as you hand the nearby homeowner letter to people, let them see this. You don't have to bring it up right now, but you could also say, "Yeah, we have a 100-point home marketing plan that we use to get property sold." And right, they see it's like a whole 27-page printed like magazine type thing, right? You could offer to let them take a look at it. And I'm telling you, some people are going to be interested in what I would do. I would say, you know what, if you like, I can email you a copy of this, right? There's an online version of this. I can email it to you. And in fact, if you like, I could actually customize that so that it features your home on every single page all throughout it. Absolutely free. There's no cost, right? And so you will literally get some of these out if you door knock. Now, if you want to mail this, you can mail it. It is editable, but I recommend really don't edit it too much. The more you edit, the less effective it is. So the nearby homeowner letter is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now we do have postcards and door hangers. For an open house, probably you don't have enough lead time, right? Sending out postcards, that can be a minute, that can take a while. They're there. Door hangers, the problem with door hangers is, and I don't know why necessarily, but getting door hangers ordered is always a longer lead time than postcards. With the nearby homeowner letter, I can print those myself and take them out on the same day. And then we want to call the neighbors. I'm telling you, if you doing our expired marketing, taking advantage of all the expired training that we're doing, and you're contacting expireds. So you got a account with RedX, Vulcan 7, My Plus Leads. All of those programs that you're getting the expired and FSBO data from also have the circle prospecting data. So I can put a pin and do a circle around the house. I can do likely to move. So I've got a circle prospecting list of 100 people whose numbers are not on the do not call, that have high equity, and start calling them and inviting them to the open house, just like the door knocking. All right. Do you want more listings or not? And if you want more listings, what actions are you taking to get more listings? So if you don't have a service like My Plus Leads or something, let me know. We have an affiliate link I can give you, and it actually gives you 6 months of back data, which is phenomenal for expireds and FSBOs. But regardless, make sure you are circle prospecting. All right. So Wednesday is the farm. So nearby neighbors, the letter, the circle prospecting. And then for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, we're going to feature the dining room. And again, I got all the links here for you if you need them. Now, check this out. Print to share your 100-point home marketing plan. Right? I just referred to that, didn't I? And so here's a post about it. And if that link is not clickable, you can just highlight it. And if you just drop it in your browser, it will take you right where you need to be at. So you may have another version that you've created. We do a lot of training on that. But if you don't, you want to use this one. What I like to do is I like to just download the PDF, print it, and then bind it and take it with me. I want that. I want to take that with me if I'm door knocking, because like I just shared, it's a great way to engage with some of those neighbors. And the next item right here, PDF guides for sellers and buyers. Oh my gosh. This is one of those things that is absolutely phenomenal. So much great feedback from people. Go to the PDF guide section in your account, click PDF guides, and then under marketing tools are the print flyers. And then put a couple of them in a acrylic flyer holder. And this is one of the phenomenal ways of engaging both buyers and sellers at the open house. See that? Look at that. The QR codes are there automatically. And this is what starts taking you from someone that's just in there to somebody that is actually engaging. And sometimes what people do is they'll tell me, people will walk up, they'll be looking at it, and the agent will just walk up and say, "Oh, the 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. It's a great guide, walks you through some of the mistakes that you want to avoid if you're thinking about selling. If you like, I could just go ahead and send it to you via email to the email that you added when you signed in." And they're like, "Oh yeah, great, send it to me." So they don't even scan the QR code, but it creates a conversation, right? It creates value and follow-up for you. And then just make sure to put down a note, right? Send Scott Pierce 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home, right? When people sign in on the open house sign in form, and you get that lead notification, maybe confirm their email with them, make sure it's the good email, and then get the guides to them. But what I recommend is that you download 2 to 3 flyers for the buyer guides, 2 to 3 for the sellers. Get the acrylic flyer holders and from Amazon or Staples near you, and then kind of place them around the open house a little bit. Maybe one by the sign-in form, one in the kitchen, one in the living room, maybe the primary, maybe the backyard, right? So on and so forth. So you can put 4 to 6 throughout the house. And then after the open house, just get a rubber band to put around them and put them in your open house kit and have them ready for the next open house. So they're a great investment. All right, Thursday. All right, circle prospecting. So we covered that already. Instagram, primary, bed, bath, or another feature. All right, we looked through all of that. And the 100-point home marketing plan video. This is absolutely phenomenal. Check this out. This video is in your Listings to Leads account. Some people actually play it on the seller's TV. If you're borrowing the listing, get a laptop or a tablet where you can be playing this. It's phenomenal. It is so killer. It's like your commercial, and I'll show you where this is in your account, but up on YouTube. So you can download that from Listings to Leads. Check this out. If you go to Media Library, so right there, Media Library, this is one of those things that's absolutely a killer application, because similar to the PDF guides, having this playing. So again, if you can do it on the seller's TV, great. But if you can't, get a laptop or a tablet, and when you click Media Library, it's going to drop you right where you're at. And it's just right here. There's a short, long, there's a version for TikTok, Instagram that you should have up on TikTok or Instagram. And if you click on it, you could actually play it right from here, but you can also download it and put it up on your YouTube channel. So you can download this video and upload it to your YouTube channel. It's really phenomenal. You can change the music up on YouTube. So you could mute the music that we've got and use different music. And there's that vertical version for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. I recommend that you download that and upload it to your socials as well. This video is a great video as a Facebook post. Once in a while, I would upload it to Facebook. If I get a Facebook group, I would make sure it's a pinned video on my Facebook group. All right. This is such a phenomenal video. It's amazing. And again, people they use that at an open house and it creates conversations with homeowners. So absolutely something that you want to be doing. So Thursday, I just like to dial in. How am I going to be using that this weekend? Right. So let's go back to school. Friday. So we got Instagram stories, TikTok, YouTube again. We're going to feature the backyard or something else. And then seller requests visitors to sign in Canva editable sheet. So I got this here for you. There's a couple of posts about it, and it's a link going to go to Canva. And what you will do is request view only access, or you'll request access. I will give you view only for any of our Canva things. You go file, make a copy. It'll make a copy into your free Canva account. And I recommend just changing out that image to an image of your listing and put it on the front door. And sometimes people will put it right near the sign-in sheet area. So people will use that different ways. And let's see here. And we're probably going to go 5 or 10 minutes over. I apologize. This one right here, very similar, just a bit of a different version. So sometimes people do this. This came from a client. If you read the post, you'll learn more about it, where she does this right here. So she'll change the time to be appropriate. So 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, whatever. And then I'll show you where the QR code is. And you can copy the QR code from Listings to Leads and drop it right here and print this up. And what this one agent was doing is, all right, here's the QR code, right? Open house sign in form. And we'll be talking about that next. And she has the stand. She puts it by the front door. And so people have to scan the QR code. Then they sign in on their phone and then they're allowed in. Read the post. Because yeah, she talked about it. And I think she's got a comment down here where she was talking about it a little bit more. I think somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. Anyway, maybe I included her post up here. Oh, there we go. When I greet guests at the door, I kindly to ask them to scan the QR code upon entry. So she had put that, and then later she added the image, and that's why I grabbed all of that and I put it together. So yeah, I thought that was awesome. So that's Friday. We're gonna get that together. The open house sign-in form, we're gonna cover that next, and then open house prep. So these are the things that you're gonna be doing at the open house. All right. Again, I want you to be thinking when you've got an open house, you are the director, you're the producer, you're the star of the performance. It's a one-person show featuring for 2 hours only, limited engagement. You, the property is the stage. All right. You're not a real estate agent. You are, but you're not you. All right. Again, you're the director, you're the producer, you're the star. You're also the janitor, the gaffer, and the assistant. You're all of those things. So we want to make sure that we've got the best open house possible as a successful director, as a successful producer, as a successful actor, and all of these other things. We want to have the best open house possible. So make sure you go through all of the stuff for at the open house as well. And let's go to the open house sign-in form. And if we got any questions, let me know. But for the open house sign-in form, fully customizable. There's an online version, a print version, and then the QR code I just showed you. So for example, if I want to take this QR code and drop it onto that Canva, I can just go here and go download whatever version I want. Right. And whether I just save it and add it or just go copy image and drop it on there, right? And just delete the other one or cover it with this one right here, right? Boom. Beautiful. Look how easy that was. But we've also got the online version. and you can customize these questions. And I got to show you how to add the phone number. So these are default. All right, continue. They do their name, phone number, email, submit, and then it says it's checked. Send me 6 things to check before buying a home guide. That will be sent to them automatically when when that box is checked. So you don't have to send them the guide. They're going to get the guide automatically. It becomes a great follow-up point for all the buyer leads, right? You can refer to that in your follow-up, which is awesome. To customize the questions and drag and drop, drag around. You can add new questions, short answer, paragraph, check boxes, radio buttons, drop down. There's a lot of different question types you can do. You can have them fill out their information first and then go to the questions, or go to the questions and then fill out their information. So that's swappable. I can change the background opacity, regardless, whatever it's pronounced. And then we got the print version. I think the print version is more sophisticated. And you're going to see in the Open House Mastery presentation that I referred to at the start of this call, you're going to see in there, I talk about having clipboards, and you have the clipboards on the table where people sign in, and you have the Open House sign-in sheet on the clipboard with a pen, along with the listing flyer, a summary of the neighborhood, so people get to know a little bit about the neighborhood. And then you have a few other things with you to help people, to help better engage people, right? Because any other production, there is the prep and practice, right? We rehearse so that we have a great show. And then we prep for that evening's performance or that afternoon's performance. And then we have the show itself. And then we have what happens after the show. So all of this works together, right? All of it works together. For the phone number, so if the phone number is not included in here, let me show you. It may already be there for you, but if not, I believe it's under settings. So if I go just on the main listing dashboard, settings, and I think, oh, preferences right here. I think, let me see. Horse registration. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm sorry, Open House sign-in form right there, I think. No, let's see, it's not more tools. You think I would know this, but I don't know everything. I just think I do. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Oh, enable show phone field. Right there. Show phone field, I believe. Yeah. And then make it required. Yep. Boom. Hit save. Okay. So if you have any questions on that, let our support team know. All right. Any questions for me before I let you all go? Are you excited about your open house? All right. Again, an open house. You should be getting quality seller leads, quality buyer leads from every single open house. If you do it the way I'm walking you through this, if it doesn't happen the first time, it will start happening the second, third, or fourth time. So pick the right listing, dial everything in starting Monday, Tuesday, the week before. Don't wait till Thursday or Friday. So many people just kills me. So we want to make sure we've got the best, because an open house can literally be one of the things that changes your business, just like going after expireds with the 100-point home marketing plan and all the training that we do on expireds, right? Make sense? All right, everybody, listen, have a phenomenal day. Thank you for your time. If you got anything else for us, get into the mastermind group, go with our support team. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.